Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
And I'm Happy Appy. Good morning.
Wow, haven't heard that for a while.
I hadn't either. We went to the grocery store, my wife and I, last night, and two wonderful, sweet ladies were checking out in front of us, and we visited just very quickly, and one of them referred to me as Happy Appy.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
I'm like, I'll have to say that this morning. That was my nickname in high school, actually junior high through high school, Appy. My PE teacher one day just
started to
said, just out of the blue, Appy, come over here. And the next thing you know, it was, that was my slogan when I ran for junior high student council. Be happy, vote for Appy.
Well, did you win?
I did, actually,
all right.
yeah.
Okay, all right. We got a lot of things going on today. You know what? It's crazy.
We do, yes. It's jam-packed. That's good.
So I've been thinking real quick. We don't have too much time to ponder on this, but this is just an idea that I kind of run into this morning. Lionel Richie has launched a new cologne.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like Lionel Richie.
Okay, well.
I love Lionel Richie. I listen to his music.
Well, he has a song
called... Can I admit that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
He has a song called Easy Like Sunday Morning. Which,
yeah. Easy like Sunday morning.
Well,
you know I'm easy.
So, okay. All right. Okay.
Easy like Sunday morning.
All right.
Go ahead.
Anyway, he's launching a new cologne. It's going to be called Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Oh, wow.
So I was thinking, why don't we launch a cologne called the Breakfast Show Delight?
Wow. Well, you are kind of getting into side businesses.
I know.
We have found out.
That might be might be a real moneymaker.
Yeah. Now, would that be separate from your other side business, or would you just combine it? Dave's Lawn Service, knife sharpening, and cologne business.
No, I wouldn't put it together. I think there'd be some tax benefits to keep it separate. That's how some of these large conglomerate corporations work. It's okay if you have a whole bunch of businesses and one of them's a bummer. Yeah. Because then that's your tax write-off. Ah. That's how that works. It's not real patriotic, but that's what people do.
Yes.
Today at the Prairie Pioneer Center, they're having country fried chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, veggie salad, dessert, and dinner roll. And the number to call is 872-6121. If you would like to enjoy a meal with them, they'll have it ready for you when you get there. I have to try to multitask here because I know that the 12 ladies that are gathered for their annual reunion from the class of 71 tried to communicate with us yesterday, and I didn't have the chat box pulled up. Today I pulled the chat box up, and now it wants a username and password.
Oh, boy.
Then after that, it's going to want you to match the fire hydrants.
Yes, to make sure you're not a robot.
Yeah, that's so bear with me here. Okay. I'm trying to get this in. Takes me a while to type, but I think...
Well, I feel bad that we weren't able to communicate with them yesterday. Was there a topic of conversation that piqued their interest that caused them to message us yesterday?
I don't know what the message was. Just hello, I think. Or,
okay.
That they were listening, that kind of thing. And I got to put the pound. Okay.
You got it? Would you like me to talk about marking on the square today?
Would you? We got a lot of live reads.
Okay. While Dave's typing, marking on the square is today at downtown Broken Bow. And the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce has provided us with a list of vendors that are scheduled to be there today. They include Anna's Pupusas, Tacos El Gordo, The Secret Garden, Tropical Snow, Kane USA Beef, and it says kolaches today only. Chamberlain Jellies and Embroidery scheduled to be there. Also the Christian Life Center, the Cookie Farm, Dahlia Valley Ranch. Debbie D's with donuts today only. Dickerson Chip Repair, EK Farm Goods, Keegan's Wood Burning and Bones, KL Photography and Boutique, Lifting Spirits, Mickey's Greenhouse, MJR Payne Arts. Hope I said that right. Morning Lark Crochet, Old Fashioned Kettle Corn, Rodeo Mom Tumblers and more. Sensi with Alice Conley, Summers Rocks and Fossils, St. Paul Evangelical Lutheran Church, Super Kids Club, Tupperware, Sittler, and U.S. Cellular. The vendors scheduled to be there today for Market on the Square, downtown Broken Bow from 3 until 7. Also, the Broken Bow Chamber reminds you that they have tickets available now for the upcoming women's and men's steak fry events. The ladies' steak fry will be coming up on August 7th. The men's steak fry scheduled for August 14th. Both will be held at the Broken Bow Golf Club. Get your tickets now at the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce.
All right, thank you very much. Today we'll be broadcasting live from Mason City as they're getting ready for their annual celebration, the Mason City Homecoming. It'll all be brought to you today by the Mason City Community Service Club, Custer Public Power District, Cole Electric, and R&R Welding in Mason City. And Jeremy's going to go down and visit with the folks from Cole Electric's location on Main Street there. So we're looking forward to that. Also today, it's the beginning of the fair, actually, here on this July 20th, as today they'll start their 4-H style judging and clothing construction at the E-Free Church in Broken Bow. That starts at 9 o'clock this morning. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, they'll have the 4-H public fashion show at the E-Free Church. That starts at 7. The public is encouraged to attend. And then tomorrow, on Saturday, next day, tomorrow's Friday, so then on Saturday, July 22nd, they'll have the 4-H and FFA dog show out at the Custer County Fairgrounds, and that will start at 8 o'clock at the Covered Show Arena, and we'll be having live stream coverage of that for you, a portion of it, starting at around 11 a.m., and have a couple hours of coverage for you on Sandhills Express, Facebook, and YouTube on the streaming page there for you. And that will be a new date and time for the show. They try to make it so that more people can come out on a Saturday and watch. Should be really comfortable in the morning, especially underneath the covered arena, and actually in the afternoon because the sun won't be hitting you. But they'd love to have you come out and watch them. They've worked hard to get ready for the annual dog show, which has at a new date and time. And again, that's the 4-H and FFA dog show starting at 8 a.m. Saturday. Tomorrow, Friday, a big day, the Line Workers Rodeo at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Opening ceremony at 8:30 with events to follow. And you can go up into the grandstands and enjoy that. There's no charge for it. And it's quite interesting to watch the guys do their work and practice their art and trade and the safety that goes along with that. And so we'll be having that for you. And I believe we'll be doing Facebook Live and radio remote tomorrow at 8 a.m. out at the fairgrounds, and Jeremy will be taking care of that as well. So lots of things coming up today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And I think that catches us up. And you mentioned Market on the Square today. So there's a lot of good things happening. And actually, the Custer County Fair is underway. Homecoming for Mason City coming up this weekend, and that Lyman's Rodeo tomorrow. Might need to go out and unwind a little bit with all this activity going on, just to go out and maybe blare out some songs. And you can do that at Sylvester's tomorrow night, Friday night, because Thunder Karaoke is back. So grab your friends and take them out. You can watch, you can listen, or you go on stage with your group or yourself, and just like you sing out loud in a car, just have some fun. And you can bring all your friends to Sly's tomorrow night, Friday night, 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. Karaoke at Sly's in Broken Bow at the quiet little place that rocks, East Highway 2, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
You can maybe take the stage and sing Easy.
Oh, geez.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Oh, man. Later on today, I'll be teaming up with RT Ace Hardware. And two wonderful companies will combine efforts to manicure Carla Williams' lawn up at Myrna. And RT will also, the R in RT, Ryan, will be presenting a new trimmer to Carla, steel trimmer. And that should be a lot of fun. We'll be doing that this afternoon. Now, that won't be on the radio, but again, Jeremy's bringing along a camera, and he's going to get that. So it'll be posted on Facebook, and you'll be able to see some video of that.
Some of the highlights of Dave mowing a yard.
Should be real exciting. And we'll finish that promotion centered around Dave's Knife Sharpening and Lawn Service Business and RT Ace Hardware.
Yes.
And the Williams family.
Yeah.
And I'm going to manicure it as best I can. But I'm a little under pressure on this because Carla mentioned in the phone conversation that she and her boys actually had their own lawn business for a number of years and mowed lawns for income.
Boy.
So now I'm under a lot of pressure because I'm actually going to go up and mow.
I hope they're all there and critique your work.
Well, I hope so too. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. And so it's going to be a busy day because we're going to go over and try to get some recordings of some of the kids for the fashion show and clothing contest over at the E-Free Church today. And then we're going to go mow a lawn. And then tomorrow, don't want to forget this, Brent will be hopping in the car with Larry Cotner and Billy Bales and heading to McCook, Nebraska to cover baseball.
That's right. Yes, Broken Bow will begin play in the Class B Area 6 American Legion Seniors Baseball Tournament beginning tomorrow. They'll take on the top seed Minden in the opening game of 3 tomorrow. Game time is set for 11 a.m., so we'll be on the air with you in the morning tomorrow, and we'll call the game. We'll have all Broken Bow games from the tournament for you live on KBBN, 95.3 FM, and KBBN.com.
All right. Good luck, team. Go for it. Hope you come back with a win and can continue through the tournament and end your summer baseball season the way you want to. Rustic and Red in Cozad would like you to stop by. This is the third Thursday of this month, so they invite you to join Rustic and Red today in Cozad from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. for a Christmas in July sip and shop. Now, the sipping starts at 4 p.m., but you can go in from 10 a.m. on and save 20% off store-wide, up to 70% off ladies' apparel, 75% off all Christmas items. And boy, do they have a lot of really cool things for Christmas. We were down there for a remote during the Christmas season. I don't know what's all left, but boy, it was beautiful what they had in stock. Up to 75% clearance there. Some exclusions do apply. Their sales will be on the Sip and Shop Day only, so get down there or get up there, wherever you're listening from. Everyone gets a valuable coupon to use on their next visit as well. And that is from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. today at Rustic and Red in beautiful downtown Cozad.
A job opportunity to let you know about. You can find more about this job by going to sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page. Nebraska Department of Transportation looking for a highway maintenance worker in Ansley. Come be part of their friendly and supporting work environment where they encourage creativity and innovation, providing training, career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package. To apply, go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. A online state application must be filled out to apply. State of Nebraska is an equal opportunity, veterans preference employer.
It is National Moon Day, and no, it is not a day set aside for mooning people.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
It celebrates the day back in 1969 when humans first set foot on another world. Neil Armstrong and the crew. Boy, that's something. Haven't been back since with manned flight, but they're working on it. 1969, National Moon Day today. It's also National Ugly Truck Day today, celebrating ugly trucks, a whole day dedicated to, everyone's truck's all beat up and maybe rusty.
Yeah,
and
rusting out a
dents
little
in it, and you just can't get rid of it because you love your old truck.
Yep.
National Nap Day.
Nap Day.
Yep.
Oh, I can get it. Will we celebrate that later today here at the station?
I don't think we have time today.
That'd be great. About 2:30 maybe?
I don't think so. We'll be mowing.
Oh, well, you will. I'll tell you what, while I'm back here kind of manning things, I'll celebrate that about 2:30. Put my feet up on my desk.
That's for cats and other animals, not for humans.
Oh, okay.
We are monophasic sleepers. Humans are.
Oh?
And if we sleep more than 30 minutes, it could ruin your nighttime sleep.
Yeah.
Little short naps, okay. Go past 30, you might ruin your evening overnight sleeping. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
While we're out there in the heat mowing and you're thinking about taking a nap, you might ruin your... The start of the British Open Golf Tournament today is underway, actually, because we're 6-7 hours different, so they're already ahead of us here. From Liverpool Golf Club, I was thinking it was in Scotland, but it's in UK. And so the towel that Gene Sneringer gave me isn't worth a hoot right now because it's not there. It's in Liverpool. But they do talk a lot about the Beatles when they cover this as well. They've been talking about this tournament all week on the Golf Channel.
Oh yeah.
If you go there at night, I don't know how they do it. They've been talking they have some repeat stuff, but they've been analyzing and talking about different players, and so it's underway. I think right now an amateur is ahead.
Oh really? Leading the tournament, huh?
Well,
on day one?
At 6 o'clock anyway, a.m. our time.
Yeah.
Birthdays today. If you're having a birthday, happy birthday to you. Carlos Santana
All right.
is celebrating a birthday, 76 years old, Hall of Fame guitarist, and has had so many guest performers with him. A lot of the vocals, he brings people in, but he always has that sound that it's Carlos Santana when he starts playing his guitar. Kim Carnes celebrating her birthday today, a raspy 80s singer. Her big hit was Betty Davis' Eyes. She is 78 today. And I did read the other day, this is kind of weird, but I did read it, that Betty Davis loved the song. She was still alive at that time, and she loved it. Judy Greer, known for her roles in Arrested Development, Maggie in Ant-Man, and the voice of Cheryl in Archer, is 48 today. And John Lodge, bassist for the Moody Blues, is 78 today. So those are some birthdays. If you're having a birthday, happy birthday to you. All right. Let's see here. We've got some things coming in. Yes, it's just in. Hello again from the 12 young girls in Estes. See you later today. That's from Joan.
Yeah, how's the house looking? Is it okay?
My house?
Yeah, is it clean? I mean, I don't want Joan coming back to, a house with dirty dishes and, maybe clothes flung around. And is it clean?
Yes.
Okay. Toilets are clean. Bathrooms clean.
Well, they were clean when Joan left.
Oh, okay.
And I've only been there, a few hours each night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then I washed the dishes last night so there wouldn't be dishes in the sink.
Wonderful.
I've watered the plants.
Okay.
I've fed the cats.
All right.
And I grilled some pork chops yesterday so that I know that she was worried if I didn't grill them, they would spoil. So I'm not sick today, so I guess they were okay.
Did she leave you a list of things to do while she was gone?
Not a list, but she went over it several times. Nancy Cordell was staying with us the night before they left. And even Nancy had to giggle a little bit because Joan was repeating things over and over again as to what I should do. I think I've passed, and I've got the towels kind of laid out to where they're going to dry out, and I'll put them in the washer before Joan gets home, but I didn't want them wet in there.
Yeah. Good for you.
And
it sounds like you've got everything ready to go for her return.
I think so.
I'm proud of you.
The cats were doing well, although if she's listening, she's going to freak out. But there was a little thunder last night that rolled through. And so Crystal disappears for a while after thunder. Oh. And sometimes the naughty teenager does too.
Are they back?
Well, I didn't check this morning.
Oh.
If two cats come up missing while Joan's away, I'll just get a divorce. I'm going to say it right now.
I was just going to say, I will... I'll open up our basement to you.
Okay.
You come on over.
Let's see here. Also, Tia dropped in a note here. Good morning, gentlemen. Come out to the grocery cart tonight, starting at 4:30 to 7:30, and take part in the Burger Bash for the Broken Bow cheerleaders.
Wonderful.
So glad you dropped that by, Tia. That's a good idea. That's how you go out there and eat and don't have to fix anything, and help the cheerleaders out. Also, Denise from out in Colorado as well said good morning. And Steve, of course. Good morning to you, Steve Hornickel. Always good to have you along. 7:51. We do have a lively show for you today. Our guest list is full, plus that remote in the 9 o'clock hour from Mason City. And we do have some other important things to cover. The jackpot was won last night.
Oh, somebody won $1 billion.
$1 billion, yep.
Does it say where the winning ticket came from?
California.
Of course.
Yeah.
California.
Yep, California. 7th time the lottery has reached $1 billion, but they're thinking that people are getting not really bored with this, but not as excited. 25% less sales this time for this big jackpot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Mega Millions jackpot, which is still going on, is $720 million. No one's even talking about that.
Oh, wow.
Takes a lot of money to get people excited anymore.
Apparently. Yes, apparently.
All right, we're going to play the game, and then we have the Dave Davis Farmers National piece for you. So here we go.
All right, we've been celebrating Ice Cream Month. That's the month of July. So here's your final question regarding ice cream and ice cream treats. What is the brand name for a chocolate-covered vanilla ice cream bar wrapped in foil? That's kind of your key there.
Okay.
They're wrapped in foil. Your choices are creamsicle, fudge-sicle, drumstick, or Eskimo pie. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Oh, I just rubbed my nose accidentally on the microphone.
Oh, you did?
That's a hint.
Oh.
Do you get the hint?
I'm trying to.
All right. It'll make sense in a little bit.
Okay.
Call us at 872-2801.
The Fox Theater invites you to Broken Bow or Cozad for a night at the movies. To keep up with what's showing and what's around the corner, go to watchthefox.com. Fridays are new movie day, and don't forget that the Fox Theater is open daily. Have an event, celebration, or meeting you need a site for? Ask them about theater rental, with or without concessions, and a movie. Gift cards to the Fox are perfect gifts any time of the year. The Fox Theater in Broken Bow and Cozad. Visit watchthefox.com. That's watchthefox.com.
Gary's Superfoods is excited to pass along great savings to you. Chairman's Reserve Premium Boneless Pork Loin Chops are at a great price of 10 for $10. 85% lean ground beef in a 10-pound tube is $3.59 a pound. Delicious sweet dark red cherries are $1.99 a pound. Or save on 1-pound packages of sweet strawberries, 2 for $5. Start your morning with General Mills cereals, only 2 for $6. Gary's Superfoods, South B Street in Broken Bow.
And we have Sandy on the line. Good morning, Sandy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty well, except when Brent sings. Here's your question, Sandy.
I'm hurt by that comment. Sandy, what is the brand name for a chocolate-covered vanilla ice cream bar wrapped in foil?
I believe that'd be the Eskimo pie.
Of course, it's the Eskimo pie. You got it. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you a certificate that's going to get you a free 6-inch sub at Subway here in Broken Bow. So come on out and see us.
Great. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank
you very much.
Yep. Have a good day.
You too. The hint was rubbing your nose because Eskimos don't kiss, they rub their noses.
Okay, I got you.
I wonder if sometimes they kiss. too, if they rub their noses. They can't, just accidentally bump lips.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something to think about.
Yes.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Rise and shine.
All right. The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Eberly reporting for Dave Davis Auction Service and Farmers National Company. To start with, Jim does have a listing at 1801 South G Street. It's a 5,000 square foot repair shop with an overhead hoist that goes the length of the building. Also has an office building separately. You can contact Jim for a list of the inventory that will sell with the business. And this is located at 1801 South G Street. Please call Jim with any questions. And then on West Highway 2, right by the O'Reillys, we do have a lot for sale. It's 2.45 plus or minus acres. There's water and sewer available. Seller would consider splitting the lot. It's got highway frontage. It's a great business opportunity, and that's just West Highway 2. If you have any questions, please call our office. And then at 618 Hillcrest Drive, we do have a beautiful ranch-style home. It's in a subdivision. It's a very nice home with an open floor plan. Living room has a large picture window. The breakfast bar separates the kitchen and the dining area. Appliances are included: microwave, dishwasher, range, and refrigerator. The dining area has patio doors leading out to the backyard. Main floor also has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and laundry room. Master bedroom has a master bath with double sinks and a walk-in closet. Lower level is finished with a large family room, 2 bedrooms, and a 3rd bathroom. Lots of recent upgrades. It's got 2x6 exterior walls with hardy plank siding. It's an all-electric home with a heat pump. Nice yard with underground sprinklers, and there is a deck in the back. That's located at 618 Hillcrest Drive. And then at 311 South 13th Avenue, we do have a home listed. The living room has a picture window, large eat-in kitchen with a gas range and built-in microwave. Kitchen appliances are staying with the home. There's 2 bedrooms and a full bathroom on the main level. Laundry located on the back porch. The 2nd floor has 2 more bedrooms with walk-in closets. Lower level has a half bathroom, possible 5th bedroom, and lots of storage. Some newer windows. Shingles new in 2017. The water heater was new in 2020. A 19 by 11 shed with window air conditioning that could make a perfect she shed, a man cave, or just great storage. Backyard has privacy fence, covered patio in the back, oversized single-car garage that is heated and has a workshop area. That is located at 311 South 13th Avenue. I think that sums it up for this week, but this has been Kathy Eberly for Farmers National Company and Dave Davis Auction Service. Thanks for listening and have a great day. Thank you.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Among potential charges former President Trump could face in the election interference case, conspiracy to defraud the U.S. CBS's Scott McFarland at the federal courthouse in Washington.
In a new campaign video, the former president continues to blast the prosecution, saying he faces, quote, the final battle. If charged, this would be the 3rd criminal case against former President Trump.
The Southwest is still baking under extreme heat. Climate expert Kathy Jacobs at the University of Arizona.
It sounds as though it'll be several more days to a week before we see it go below 110 degrees in Phoenix.
The city's just hit a record of 3 consecutive weeks of highs of 110 or above. If you didn't buy a Powerball ticket at a mini mart in downtown L.A., sorry to break it to you.
I thought I'm just going to get a cup of coffee, and I saw everyone in line, and I said, I'm just going to go for it. You never know unless you try.
There was a single winning ticket worth $1 billion. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, a man is recovering after being assaulted and robbed Tuesday. Grand Island police said it happened while at the intersection of W. Capitol Avenue and N. Engelman Road around 2:15 p.m. Tuesday. Police said a 45-year-old man reported that an unknown person walked up to his vehicle while parked and punched him in the face. The suspect grabbed the victim's wallet as well as a money bag for Team Allied totaling around $600. The suspect took the money and left in a vehicle. Police are investigating but have no suspects at this time. The Kearney Police Department was able to increase their coverage and enforcement campaign during the Kearney Cruise Night. It was all thanks to a mini grant from the Nebraska Department of Roads Office of Highway Safety. The Kearney Police Department investigated 11 traffic accidents with 2 injuries and performed 51 traffic stops during the annual weekend event. These numbers only reflect figures from the Kearney Police Department. Traffic activity included 45 written warnings and 25 traffic citations, with 3 tickets issued for reckless driving.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In golf, the 151st Open Championship underway with first-round action at Royal Liverpool in England. Your leader is an amateur from South Africa, Christo Lamprecht. He's at 5 under par after an opening round 66. Jordan Spieth is 2 shots off the lead through 17 holes, along with Stuart Sink, who finished up his first round. Some other notables, you've got Brooks Koepka, Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, and Ricky Fowler. They're all at even par, all later in the day in their opening rounds. In baseball games of note, you had the Rangers, the top team in the AL West, wrap up a sweep of the Rays with a 5-1 win. The Orioles down the Dodgers 8-5, so Baltimore's percentage points in front of Tampa Bay for the top record in the AL East and in the American League. The Dodgers lead in the NL West is at a 1.5 on San Francisco and Arizona. The Diamondbacks beat the Braves 5-3, while the Giants' 7-game winning streak came to an end with a 3-2 loss to the Reds.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Mostly sunny for today. Highs top out near 80 degrees. Winds north-northeasterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight it becomes mostly cloudy. Chance for showers developing. Storms also possible after midnight. Lows drop to 58. Winds north 5 to 10. And then Friday sunshine develops. Slight chance for more showers and storms. And highs warm into the lower 80s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Phil Jensko.
Every dead body tells a story, and someone needs to speak for the deceased. Streaming exclusively on BritBox, Amelia Fox returns in the new season of Silent Witness, one of the original forensic crime dramas. For over 25 years, this long-running series has drawn in millions of fans and has earned its place as a staple of British crime drama. Stream the new season of Silent Witness only on BritBox. Undeniably brilliant, undeniably British. Free trial at BritBox.com.
This episode of Ion Travel is brought to you by Viking, providing all-inclusive voyages on rivers, oceans, and lakes around the world. Designed for curious travelers with interest in science, history, culture, and cuisine. Viking Chairman Torsten Hagen often says, Viking offers experiences for the thinking person, with no children and no casinos on board. Learn more at Viking.com. That's Viking.com.
66 degrees, mostly sunny here at Broken Bow. Winds are out of the north today, 5 to 10. Barometric pressure has been rising. Looks like maybe it's now going the other way. It's at 30-20 right now. Looks like it's on a downward trend. Humidity just over 80%. Our high yesterday was 83 with an overnight low of 62. Sunset today at 9:08. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:23. We measured 0.02 of an inch precipitation this morning. From that thunder shower that rolled through. I noticed the Broken Bow Airport recording 0.04 of an inch. So not a lot of rain, but a little bit. We're at 2 inches and 0.06 for the month now here at the KCNI KBBN studios. 66 and mostly sunny. As we mentioned, we have a number of guests coming in. But we just received a call from Andrew at Pearson Physical Therapy, and he was planning on coming in, but has run into some scheduling problems this morning, probably taking care of some patients. So he asked us to promote what Becky talked about last week, and Brent has the information on that.
Yeah, Becky was in a few days ago talking about something that she's doing for people actually next week. This is the week of July 24th through the 28th, helping you solve your pain puzzle. Could physical therapy be the missing piece? Becky talked about her passion for treating back, neck, and hip pain when she was here on The Breakfast Show a few days ago. And she talked about something that she does called postural restoration therapy. And she's went through advanced training from the Postural Restoration Institute, and she has the solution for your chronic pain. PRI exercises are unique. They're sequenced exercises developed to help retrain your brain to activate weak muscles and inhibit the overactive tight muscles. It's all about solving the pain puzzle. So if you're interested in seeing if PRI exercises could help you, Becky will be doing a week of evaluations, which is coming up the week of July 24th through the 28th. If you're interested, please contact Pearson Physical Therapy to schedule an appointment. Their number is 872-5800. You can also find out more about Pearson Physical Therapy by going to their website, which is simply Pearson, PEARSONPT.com.
Well worthwhile checking that out, folks. If you're in pain, talk to Becky about it, and she'll do her best to give you what she can to relieve that, and Andrew as well. And Andrew will welcome you back next time to the Breakfast Show. Thanks for giving us a call and letting us know and in asking us to promote that very important event. Here's Bonnie Raitt. That's her latest, Bonnie Raitt, Made Up Mind. That's a great sound. 10 past the hour of 8 o'clock. Just had an idea.
Oh, okay. Well, this is an idea show. I've said that many times. We come up with ideas.
It was really pretty good. The gals are out in Colorado, 12 alumni from the class of 71, and they've been there since Monday afternoon. They're on their way home today, sometime today, and they'll be coming through Arnold They're going to be a little tired because I bet they really have been up talking and chatting and telling old stories and making fun of men. And that can wear you out. That's a big subject. And they're on their way home, and they'll come right through Arnold.
Okay.
Now, not all 12 will be coming this way because Gail Anderson, for instance, lives in the suburb of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the others live in the area and will go other directions. But there's at least half coming back to Nebraska. And I don't know why they couldn't just stop into Arnold at Brubaker's and have themselves a specialty coffee and charge it to Brad.
Wow. Okay.
Because he's filthy rich, Brad Atkins.
Well, it would be a nice way to kind of end the trip.
Yeah. Stop
nice
and
little
have a
way
cup
to
of
wind
coffee.
down.
Yeah, just a little pick-me-up before they get home and stop in to Brubaker. And you can do that going down the highway.
Absolutely,
folks.
yeah.
If you're over in the western portion of Custer County, just drop in to Brubaker's, walk in, and say, I heard on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Yeah, you heard Dave say, charge it to Brad.
They'll write it down, and Brad will pay for it because he's a good guy, and he just wants you to enjoy some coffee, and he's filthy rich. You know, he's a auctioneer. He's made millions of dollars, and he just wants to buy you a cup.
He is a great guy.
I like Brad
really
a lot.
Is. He is a great guy. I don't know him nearly. I know Brad, but don't know him nearly as well as you.
Oh, he's just a nice guy, and he just cares about you.
Yeah, he must.
And he doesn't even like coffee. He doesn't even drink coffee. But he'll buy you a cup. Just tell him you heard it on the breakfast show.
Tell him you heard Dave say.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
We're buddies.
All right.
I know he cares about me.
I just don't want to. Okay.
Here's a little story here. It's kind of nasty. Nothing is,
Are you sure you want to share it?
Well, they're having this big strike in Hollywood going on.
Oh, yeah.
Writers and all that.
This is kind of getting intense.
Yeah. And it's kind of warm in Hollywood right now, just like lots of parts of the country. So one of the big studios went out and cut down all the limbs off the trees. And this is where the people have been picketing with their signs and so forth.
Okay.
And so, they were using the shaded areas to do their picketing. And
that was the reason they cut down the limbs of the trees, was to eliminate the shade?
Well, they say it isn't. The Hollywood studio says...
Please tell me there's more to it than that.
Well, the city is looking into it since it's on public property. Not sure that they had a right to go out and trim those trees, but Universal Pictures studios say they do it every year. It's a ficus tree, and they say they trim the limbs every year, but the city's looking into it. It's kind of odd that they would go ahead and do that now when people are using it as shade, but I don't know.
We got Ryan coming in, right? From the Garden Center?
Yeah.
We could ask him. He might know about what kind of tree is it?
Ficus.
A ficus tree.
Yeah.
Maybe he would know if you do indeed have to trim it back.
Yeah. I don't.
They apparently did.
Right on.
Wow.
Right on. Looks like we have guests coming in. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
July is National Independent Retailers Month, and Bruning Bank is so proud to have the opportunity to work with so many small businesses across the state. Take advantage of all the business banking options that Bruning Bank has to offer online, such as remote capture, ACH Manager, business bill pay, QuickBook compatibility, and more. Stop by or call to learn more about business banking with Bruning Bank. Member FDIC.
Geared for Sports has what you need to participate in your favorite activity. If you're needing something for the season now, they have it. But don't forget to get ready for the fall sports season in plenty of time, too. Cross country, football, and volleyball. Top brands are at Geared for Sports. Shop with them Monday to Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Talk to Scott, and if he doesn't have something you're looking for, he'll help you find it. They'll see you soon on the west side of the square in Broken Bow.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
And Nate Bell from Universal Insurance is here. How you doing, Nate?
Good morning. Good.
Good. Well, we have a common denominator here. My wife and someone else is at this party they're having, right?
Yeah.
Sally's out there.
Yeah.
Joan told me that the conversations have not stopped since they got there.
Well, that's not unexpected, I guess, with that group. What a great group, though.
Oh, no kidding.
I mean, that's great.
They grew up together. Yeah.
12 ladies from 71. That's fantastic to still hang out.
Yeah, a couple of them actually, Susan Perney and Patty Lacey, did not actually graduate here, but they went through the majority of their schooling here.
Oh, sure.
So they were allowed to attend.
They were allowed. That's awesome.
Yeah. Sounds like quite a weekend. Quite a week, I should say.
Yeah, that's great. That's always good to still do that and stuff. So.
Well, I want to talk a little baseball with you. I know you. Yeah. Is your life returning to some other?
Yeah, the constant, always good, constant baseball games have dissipated since my son played just juniors. So the seniors obviously still have some stuff going on. But yeah, it's good. I watched the highlight. I watched kind of how the state tournament went. Mm-hmm. I was a little surprised with Wahoo. I think they were the ones that ended up winning it.
They did, yeah. Wahoo won the Class B, and I just looked at it. They beat
Seward.
Yes, yeah. Wahoo beat Seward, but I'm Class C. PWG lost to. I'll look it up again.
It'll come to you.
Oh, and I had a college friend's kid that was playing on Seward, so I was kind of following that along. I was disappointed that I didn't get a go because then we could have met
Malcolm.
up.
Thank you. Malcolm won the Class C tournament.
Malcolm's been pretty good for a long time. Yeah.
Hey, I have to ask you because as a spectator. That might have been the last regular season game or pretty close. Your son was playing left field.
Yes.
Now, that's a play I don't believe he'll ever forget because when you are in left field semi-deep and throw a guy out at home, that's always a thrill.
That's so much fun, yeah. So much fun.
It just looked good from when he threw it, but what are really, when it comes down to it, amateur players, even the pros don't hit right on home plate when they make.
Yeah, that's the key to those throws. Is you need to have there's a couple things. Two of them is you have to be quick with the release. You have to make sure you get it out of your hand fast, and then it's got to be accurate. And most of the time, they're off
a little ways,
2 or 3 feet either side. That was boom boom.
That was
it was like perfect.
And don't forget arm strength.
Yeah, arm strength's important for sure.
Yeah, velocity, from that far away. Yeah.
Yeah, and the first thing he did when he came home, he goes, "Was that kind of a rainbow?" I said it was a little bit of a rainbow, but it was on target, so it doesn't matter.
If we went to the moon, that doesn't matter.
He's always trying to get it a little more of a driving throw, but
you got to get it there, and he was fairly deep. I enjoyed it because when he ran in and all that was the end of the game. Right?
Yeah, that sealed the game. Yep.
Yeah. So when they get to the infield, all of them they're celebrating, and I would have liked to have a picture of how far he got off the ground jumping when he got into the infield because he was so happy. Those sorts of things are fun to see, and I know all the players give it their best, and I hope all of them have some memory like that. Certainly, you always remember the errors when you play ball, but you got to put those behind you. But you always want to remember the good things.
The good things are what keep you coming back. It's kind of like golf. So, you always like, oh, okay, yeah, no, because it's near the end of the season, and he had a rough season with some injuries and stuff, and so having that at the end was a good cherry on the top. So
and it makes not just individuals, but look forward to putting a team together next year.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Business. We've had some storms. I don't know what's going on for sure, but they kind of been going around us, except some of them. I know Logan Girardin was in the other day talking about golf ball sized hail at his place, and I didn't really realize that. It's been so spotty.
Yeah, the Weiser area got kind of hammered there. It was about, I don't know, from Gates to Weiser, kind of there was a small path, but small but mighty, because the corn is pretty well leveled out that way direction too. So, yeah, it's been spotty, which, it is what it is. Luckily we haven't had any wind events that have taken pivots and had other issues. I know there's been a few out east that have been pretty severe, and all in all, though, I mean, we're getting good rain in July, which is unusual, and that's been good. And it's we were setting up for that last game that got rained out, and not the last game, but it was one of the games we had rained out, and the storm was coming in, and I think it was one of the parents said, "Oh, so this is the face of an insurance agent before the hail hits." And I said, "No, this is the face of an insurance agent that's been doing this a while. There's nothing I can do about it. We're gonna continue to work on this baseball field and get things set up, and I'm not even worried about what happens because I've been doing it for early on. I would have been a mess, but now it's kind of like, we'll just deal with it as it comes, and we've got a good staff, and we got good companies, and I know that it'll be taken care of. So
and that's what it's all about, being able to, as a property owner, automobile owner, farmer, rancher, being able to pick up the phone and know that there's experience there. You know what you're doing. You've already hopefully went over the coverages with them. That's what you do. And so you can't do anything about it. You just have to be prepared for it, right?
Right, absolutely. And stand up for the insureds if you need to, and walk them through the process of the claims. And unfortunately, a lot of people around here know what that process is, but there's always constantly people that are young people that are buying their property for the first time and experiencing their first claim, whether it's car or home. And so you walk them through that process and let them know that it's gonna work out. It almost always works out. There's always the horror stories, and that's always what goes into somebody's mind when they turn in a claim, and it's rarely that. It's almost always everybody comes out the way they should have came out. So that's the good thing. So
and I'm going to take time to just mention to our listeners out there the obvious. If you're in that situation and you can pick up the phone and call your local agent that's got your back, then there's so much less stress to it. If you've made a purchase online and you're trying to make a phone call and you've been on hold for 25 minutes and they send you to another department, and they get to the department and they don't really know what to do, so they send you to somebody else, and all of a sudden you get this icky feeling that something bad's going to happen here. It's not worth it.
No, it's not. And I can't imagine going through that process. I mean, because we have to go through it on our end when you call in a claim. We have to call into those companies sometimes and kind of deal with that situation of people that don't care who's on the other side of the phone. And that's kind of what we do is in those situations, is take care of you and ease the process a little bit. I couldn't imagine trying to. I mean, if you've got a several $100,000 loss and you're trying to deal with somebody and who knows where that has they're looking at lines on a paper. They don't care.
No.
They're not going to answer your questions, and they're not, because they just don't understand. They don't understand what a pivot is. They don't understand what they have no idea where you're located. They don't understand how much things cost out here, who they're going to get, why it takes so long. They don't have any idea. They just don't care.
How many body shops are there?
Yeah.
How busy they are. I mean, come on. They're not going to get any of that.
Nope.
So that's why you guys are here, and your family's been doing business since the 1960s from Universal Insurance. So that tradition continues. You mentioned it, I think, one of the times that you were here, about weather elsewhere. I had an article this morning that there's some more insurance companies pulling out of Florida right now.
It's not getting any better. We've been talking this about a year, I think, going on a year now, about how insurance it's in a state of, in Florida and California, are a mess in the insurance world because of regulations in a lot of cases and what they're allowed to charge. But the south part of the Gulf Coast it's not getting any better, and we're starting to see most of the companies now in Nebraska have taken a lot of their rates or their deductible changes. We're coming up on the end of a lot of those changes here in the next couple months, and there's not been a company that hasn't taken a significant change in how they cover the policy or rate, whether it's deductible changes, how they cover the property, the increases in premium. There's a variety, and we've talked about the reasons. There's a variety of reasons for this, and unfortunately, it's where we're at. I'm hoping, and I believe, because the market is cyclical typically, that we're going to see stuff level off. We're lucky in the state of Nebraska to a certain degree that our state isn't as heavily regulated as Florida and California, and they have allowed insurance companies to adjust their rates at a better pace to keep up. What's happening in Florida and California is that they have to submit their rates to the states, and the state regulates what insurance companies can charge, and they've never let them. They've kept them low. Well, at some point, the insurance companies are like, we can't make money at this low premium, and so they're trying to raise them exponentially, and they won't let them, and so they're just leaving.
Yeah. Well, everything cause and effect. So you're seeing some changes on your end just because of other things, and we got this heat wave going on down in Arizona. 20 days over 110?
110, is it?
Yeah. God. I see here in the Middle East, we've been complaining, or the folks in those parts of our country have been complaining, but it would be chilly compared to the temperature in the Middle East. It reached 152 in Iran yesterday.
Oh my God!
And that's where people just drop over dead.
Yeah, and we can debate climate change on a different type of thing, but something's happening, right?
Yeah, something's going on.
I mean, the water temperatures in Florida are over 80 degrees, I think. I mean, that's going to cause weather issues, and those things we have in the insurance industry has to figure out through economics of inflation and construction and all these types of things, how to charge enough so that they stay solvent and make money without putting it too hard on us so that we can afford to live and pay those bills. So it's a balance, and they've got to figure it out. And a lot of what's happening, we all grew up with insurance being kind of not somewhat of a maintenance policy where we would turn in a lot of things and things would be covered. Those coverages haven't changed, that you can still get a lot of those coverages, but what we're seeing is the insurance industry is moving to more of a catastrophic, think like health insurance went,
health insurance,
right? So we're moving more to a catastrophic situation where we're saying, okay, we'll still provide you insurance for your house or your car, but we're going to put a large incentive, or we're going to make you go to a larger deductible. You're going to have to take on some of the risk, more of the risk, because if you don't, the premiums are going to go way up. And so they're raising deductibles. They're raising how much those deductibles are. They're changing how they cover roofs. They're changing how they pay for roofs. They're changing how they do with cars. That's where I think the industry is going, and we'll see a lot of those changes. And we're already starting to see it. Is that it's going to be like the health insurance industry, where you're going to pay for catastrophic coverage and try to keep. Hopefully, they don't follow the health insurance where you pay for catastrophic and you pay a large premium. Let's hope we don't go there. Yeah. Let's hope we keep the premiums kind of where they're at, and we just start taking a little more risk on. So that'll turn into, if your deductible on your house is $2,500 or $3,000 or whatever it may be on a wind hail, you're probably not going to turn in every hailstorm that comes through town. Mm-hmm. You're probably going to say, I'll hang on to this for 5 or 8 years here, and then I'll do it. Because if I do it every time, then I'm out $3,000, $3,000, or $2,500, whatever it is.
Big deductible.
That's a big deductible, and suddenly it becomes cost prohibitive for you to do that. So it'll self-regulate itself a little bit because of those things. Because most of our hailstorms, in most cases, don't compromise the roof. It still sheds water. It still does its job. It just may not last as long. And in this country, we probably are going to get a hailstorm again.
Yeah, we will.
And if you can get, a couple hailstorms out of a 15-year-old roof, over the course of 15 years, my guess is that's probably what a lot of people will do. We didn't see a lot of claims in the hailstorms that went through because of that, and I think we're starting to see that pattern of folks. They're worn out with contractors on their roofs, and they're worn out with having to set up those appointments and having to deal with all that stuff, and then on top of that, having to come out of their pocket for another $2,000, $3,000.
Yeah,
it just gets a little
adds up.
Yeah, it's bothersome. And in the past, $0 deductibles were a thing. I mean, you were 100% taken care of, and that's just not where we're going.
No,
going the other way.
We kind of jumped in and talked about a lot of different things. Was there something that you wanted to talk specifically about today?
The one thing I've been thinking about is I don't think he's covered for his lawn service.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to hear this conversation.
Well,
I'd like to hear what the
problem
is
is, what's he going to charge to have insurance when he starts doing his lawn mowing and his knife sharpening? That's an added line item on that invoice. I'm sure.
I didn't figure that in.
I'm actually glad this wasn't brought up before he sent me my bill. Otherwise, my bill would be even larger than it is.
All jokes aside, there are a lot of people, and my kids did it. My kids mowed yards. There's a lot of people, and in most policies have kind of adapted to this. But that is something to consider if you're out mowing yards for profit, with your home lawnmower, you're not covered. Just
okay. Good to know.
So now, and a lot of people, I mean, it's one of those things. Are you going to take on the risk? Yeah. I mean, if a rock hits a window, you're probably going to take care. You're probably going to take care of the window, and it's not worth probably in a lot of cases to go ahead and get an insurance policy for your kids mowing people's yards or scooping their driveways or anything like that. But it's just one of those things that as an insurance agent,
you think about.
I think about.
Well, it could apply to other things. Maybe somebody's doing a little part-time carpentry or all those sorts of things that you do just on the side.
Yep. And it even applies to a lot of people have those side businesses where they sell cleaning supplies or makeup or whatever it may be out of their house. Home insurance policies don't have coverage for those things, but they can add it. I mean, I have never seen a home policy that doesn't have the ability to add a small business endorsement for certain things to your policy. Things like those small businesses.
That'd be a good idea.
And it's really affordable, and then it would pick up inventory if you have inventory in your house, because your home policy is not going to cover business inventory. So just a small thing that you can make sure that if you have a fire or something that damages that you don't lose business inventory. In a lot of cases, most folks don't carry inventory in these things. They're direct shipped, and it's not a big deal, but something to consider.
Yeah. And doesn't sound like that's going to be too much, Brent, and so I might send you a follow-up bill on that.
Yeah, feel free. I won't pay that one either.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll take a time out with these words. Don't let falling behind on your spraying affect your yield. Now is the time to book fungicide and insecticide applications on corn and soybeans with Aero Aviation. Not only can you fight disease, but you can improve plant health at the same time, increasing yields. Easily control insects like grasshoppers, rootworms, beetles, and western bean cutworms with the help of Aero Aviation. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim with Aero Aviation at 308-872-5113 to talk about your options.
Fair time is going to be here in no time at all. We're so excited at Bo Bootery. For our amazing 4-H and FFA exhibitors, we have marked $20 off children's-sized boots, $30 off adult-sized boots. This sale is for in-stock boots only, and once again for our FFA and 4-H exhibitors. Best of luck at the Custer County Fair, everyone. Have a blast making some memories. Come see us soon at Bo Bootery, your home-owned shoe store on the square in Broken Bow.
Your mornings sound better.
If you're driving in the car on the way to work, it just makes your day more enjoyable just listening to them.
The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
as well. I've got Barb Miller with me.
Hi, Barb.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Get that microphone just a little closer to you. Just give it a yank. There you go. Now you got it. We want to hear every word you have to say. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. What we want to talk about what you do?
Yeah. So, Barb, I generally try to stop in and bring somebody with me who talks way better than I do about the positions at Adams. And I thought I'd bring Barb. She's got a position that's new to Adams. And we talked about your title. It's manager of,
regulatory compliance and supply chain.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes, right?
A few different areas.
Yes. And we got a unique position, so I thought I'd have her tell you about it.
Okay, great. Well, we're anxious to learn. It sounds like there's some responsibility there, and for us, a little bit complicated. Maybe you can break it down what your responsibilities are.
Well, so for the position that we're looking for, it's out in our shop.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're looking for is somebody to help us in our parts crib. So, with all the different types of equipment, whether it's wheels or facilities, we've got a lot of parts there. And we are wanting somebody who can help us get it organized. We have an inventory management system that we use now, so we're wanting to get all the parts put into our computer system so they can, pull it up and know exactly what location that part's in and go find it. So we're looking for somebody. It's a project-based position, so when the job's done, the position's over. But there are opportunities, it could roll into something else and, a longer-term position. So looking for somebody who's wanting to get in and help us organize it. So, organizational skills, somebody who wants to work more independently. They'll be out in the shop area doing that. So.
And I guess I'm curious, it sounds like the organizational skills is pretty high on the list for that kind of a job. How physical of a job would it be as far as demands go?
So, you have anything from a bearing to, some auger type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere you might hit something that's up to 50 pounds, but that's going to be pretty minimal. You're going to have, 5 pounds probably going to be more the norm.
So it could be, you don't have to be a He-Man or a strong Superwoman to do the job, right?
Yeah. I can get out there and help. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
And anything gets too heavy, I'm sure you have equipment to move.
Well, and we've got people to help, absolutely. So, yep. And, looking for someone who's not afraid to get on the computer, because they'll be, taking the parts, organizing them, and then going to the computer and entering where they put that part so that we can find it later.
All right. It sounds like a job that most anybody could learn. I would imagine it would help if you had some sort of background with mechanics and so forth, but not necessarily required, right?
Absolutely. Yep. So, Liz and I were talking the other day, somebody who's maybe retired or just looking for something, short term when the kids go back to school or, whatever, just for a short period of time, this might be something for them. So.
Okay. All right. And I think I asked the question incorrectly because I was kind of interested in what your responsibilities are, so I apologize. But it sounds like you've got a lot of things going on. What are some of your job duties?
So in the regulatory compliance area, it's just making sure that the feedlot stays compliant with all the different regulations. So we actually just got done with an audit the last couple days. We are a Progressive Beef certified feedlot, which is something like Tyson looks for, and so we just went through 2 days of auditing, and so I told Liz, I'm not sure how I'm going to do today. Mine's a little mush, but yeah. So it's just really, making sure that we stay compliant with all those. And then on the supply chain side of things, it's around, contracts. This position, so supply chain is making sure that we're bringing in the parts. Working with the equipment side of things, looking at when we need to cycle equipment out, bring new equipment in, those kind of things.
Do you think you could do that, Brent?
No.
I don't.
I've got. You talk about supply parts. A while back, a couple of years ago, we were hearing horror stories about getting parts in.
Yep.
What about now, Barb? Is it easier?
It's better, but not great.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, even some of the equipment, like we have to outsource because we do have mechanics out at the feedlot, so they do a lot of our own. But if we have to take something into town because our mechanics are swamped, we've had a pickup sit for 3 months because they couldn't get a chip for it. So you still see those delays.
Yeah.
Frustrating.
Absolutely.
Well, you seem to be in pretty good spirits for just going through an audit.
Well, thanks.
Thanks for coming out. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Well, no, I thought it'd be great to have Barb because a lot of times I'm bringing somebody to talk about our full-time positions, and she just brings a unique perspective. I also like to just bring different areas, and with that parts inventory, like Barb mentioned, if you're looking for kind of a foot in the door or a new position, something to gain experience, or like Barb mentioned, even a retirement, we have part-time and seasonal positions in addition to what Barb spoke on. So if you just want to give me a call, I can always talk to you about those opportunities because we're still also hiring a harvest scale operator. So we tend to find individuals that just want a little extra money before Christmas or just want a little something to do but don't want to commit to a full-time position. So we have those opportunities as well. But if you are looking for full-time, check out our website, look at all of our opportunities, and be sure to turn in a referral form. Because like I've always mentioned, we have that community referral form. You get stakes if they are hired on, and you get $500 if when they reach 1 year with us. So great beef and dollars incentive.
Yeah, and you've had real success with that.
Yes, for sure. I mean, we have an employee referral incentive where each of our employees can get up to $1,100 per person they refer because we trust our employees. We know that they're amazing workers. They're amazing people. They're going to refer likewise the same, that hard work, that great fit for our culture. And we know from a community standpoint that our friends and neighbors, love Custer County just like we do, and they know similar people that would enjoy everything that Custer County has to offer. And so check out our positions if you know a friend or family member who has mentioned wanting to return here or is tired of the city or just maybe stuck in a job that they aren't feeling rewarded in.
Yeah, and we've learned by you bringing in folks like Barb and others and then describing some of the jobs out there, it's amazing the opportunities that are there and the variety of opportunities.
Oh, yeah. I think whenever I'm at a kid event to even an adult event, we talk about you usually just think of what you visually see, right? And you see all those great feed truck drivers and heavy equipment operators and pen riders, and they're truly a vital part, but we've got so many other people that have to do different things from welding to mechanics to our regulatory. And Barb may have undersold the value of what she's. I mean, the things that she and her team, Amy Staples and all that they do, really help just raise the bar. It's not just being compliant; it's even being beyond that piece. And having those third-party audits just show that, we're getting our employees trained and we're doing all that we can to do the best for the animals and for the environment. So it's really a great program that they do, and they facilitate to make sure that our teams are trained and doing all that we need to do.
Well, let's talk real quick about the project that we talked about at the top, because we're curious about that. It's underway.
Yes, and I am kicking off some sessions next week, and I'm trying to think about how to have you guys out there as well. So Lynn French, I told you I need to have him come here because we're having actually busing our employees out to the pens to see it, because I think we've all we're trying to avoid the area. I don't want to be in their way.
Sure.
So we're going to we have lunch and learns periodically. We're having a donuts and learn and a cookies and learn. So we're taking them out there. Lynn's got all kinds of trivia about just the pure numbers, whether the aggregates that have come in, the benefits of the project, all of the things. So it's fascinating. And for those that are listening in that may not have heard, we're doing a rolled compacted concrete project. It's not an addition of pins. We have taken pins out. And we'll be putting concrete. They were more dirt pins before. And we did a research trial. We did a lot of research to look at it and make sure that this was, because it is an investment, as anybody knows that's done concrete before. And they did the research, and it shows, there was just not one drawback other than maybe the money, but 100% positive on animal welfare. How they feed, how they perform, from even the dust to manure quality. Just all of those pieces, it was just 100% a positive. So we're taking a portion of our pins, switching them from the dirt to the concrete. And this concrete's a little bit different. It's not where it's poured, and it comes from a dump truck. And so they have the concrete plant right there at our feedlot. They set up a concrete plant last week. They've taken everything down. They've done water lines, all the things that are done to just build up the pens from scratch. So it's been a fascinating project to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be something that you can watch for a while. Once it's done, it's going to be interesting to. I'm sure you guys are going to be studying all the results here at this location as well. So
and we hope it's something that we can continue to do as well. And so we'll, like you said, we'll continue to see those results. But the teams have been hard at work, all the dirt work and everything. But they started pouring on Monday. The rain may have set us back just a little bit, but we should be done. Just 3 weeks of doing it, and it's quick set, and it's they'll be putting the all of the perimeter pieces and the bunk lines, and it's truly a fascinating project to watch.
And just a little detail, you'll have the cement, and then you go over that with a dirt surface over the top of it.
Yeah, so you maintain just a little bit of dirt always on it, but it's nothing to the
Sure.
comparison. It's just you maintain a little bit of dirt on there. But when you think about maintaining, because our heavy equipment guys are in and out of those pens daily, this is just a easier maintain. We found the cattle are actually more comfortable on concrete than they are in dirt, which some would think would be the opposite. But even just from a manure quality, when you think about it's actually the addition of dirt into manure that can even increase the odor or different things like that. So when you lessen the amount of dirt that can enter it, it's a higher quality for the farmers when they're applying it.
Which is another business side of that really blew up as far as manure on fields over the years.
Oh, yeah.
So you see the trucks going all the time.
Yeah.
And if I understand it correctly, if you can reduce that percolation between the soil and the manure, that's where you reduce a lot of the things you just spoke of.
Yeah, and I am no expert of this, and this is why I always bring an expert with me. But Dave's my manure expert, and Lynn's my on the RCC, and I'll have to bring Abram back too. But I'd love to show you guys, because we're pretty proud of all the hard work that these guys, Lynn, French, Bert, Kirkpatrick, and their entire team with Shay, our heavy equipment team, and all of the guys, they have just spent months leading up to this project. And it'll be a quick project, but it took a lot of prep work, especially when we talk about the supply chain and getting all of those pieces to basically build your pens from scratch.
Yeah, Barb, and I'm sure you've seen different things coming in for this project that you wouldn't have seen otherwise, right?
Oh, absolutely. And trying to find a place for them, that's always a challenge too.
Yeah.
So,
so if you drive by, you'll see some giant piles. And that's what it is.
I was by there the other day, and I thought, man, that is a cement plant right there. It's right on the ground. So
yeah, it's fascinating.
Okay, exciting times, and we appreciate you guys coming in to kind of highlight what's going on. Barb, come back and see us.
All right, I will. Thank you.
All right. Adams Land and Cattle, our guest this morning. Here's a little music from Lucinda Williams. Her latest called Rock and Roll Hard.
Tonight, a slight chance for some showers and storms in the evening, dropping back to 58. For Friday, sunny to partly cloudy skies, a slight chance for an isolated shower or storm into the afternoon with a high reaching 83. Saturday, lots of sunshine with highs closer to the upper 80s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. But right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-831-0771 to speak to an expert. That's 800-831-0771.
9:04, 69 degrees outside now, under a mostly sunny sky here at Broken Bow, Nebraska, in Custer County. We're going to be going to Mason City via the radio today, coming up shortly during the 9 o'clock hour, Brent.
Yes, I believe so.
I'm serious about it.
I know. You have that serious look on your face, kind of scaring me a little bit.
Well, I'm trying to, kind of simmer down a little bit over some things. But I did want to say hi to Mom down in Arkansas this morning.
She would like that. Talked to Mom and Dad last night, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, they said to tell you hi.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
That's nice people, and it's nice that they've taken me into their family like they have.
Yes. I guess you're part. Yeah, you're part of the family. You bet.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question too. On the 29th of July is the Crawford fight.
Yes.
And we have the parade that day.
We do.
The parade's at 5:30.
Okay.
And we'll be announcing the parade, and we're going to have that on KCNI, by the way, brought to you by the Tumbleweed Cafe.
Great.
So people can listen for those who can't get to the parade.
Mm-hmm.
But then afterwards, are you still having your party over at your place?
No, I did. What? My place? I thought there was a party at your place.
Oh, was it at my place?
I thought so.
Oh, that's right. You were
gonna make this special dip where you emptied out the crumbs of a potato chip bag,
right on,
and dumped them right in the dip for all of us to enjoy.
Yeah, you just throw it in there.
I was really looking forward to that.
Don't even have to really dip it. You just take your finger or spoon and. Anyway, that's right. It's at my place, but you're paying for the pay-per-view and most of the food.
No, but I'll come over if I'm invited. Since it's at your place, you'd be throwing the party, I would think. That's usually what happens.
Well, the house isn't quite ready yet. We've got some woodwork in the dining room that needs to be put up, and it's been on delay for quite a long time now. And I really don't like having guests in when the woodwork's piled up over in the corner. I've been being too embarrassed.
Yeah.
But so maybe we should have it at your place.
Oh,
and
well, we can
because you're going to pay for it and be on your TV.
What? I'm not. How much is that thing? It's got to be $100.
80 something.
Is that with or without all of the fees and taxes?
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Be worth watching though.
Yeah, it would be. Here's Bruce Springsteen.
but also sprayers, seeders, side dress bars, and combines.
This time of year, we get questions from farmers about upgrades to their planter for the next season. It's been dry in the Midwest this year, so firming the soil over the seed to retain moisture and promote even emergence has been crucial. Furrow Force is a two-stage closing system that closes the seed trench so well, it's hard to find the furrow. Furrow Force can be run manually or automated with the 2020 monitor.
Speaking of the 2020 monitor, it will help you better visualize data, controlled seed population, downforce, liquid, and prepare you for high-speed planting. Whether you're upgrading your existing planter or new to you planter, the 2020 will create new possibilities for your operation.
At Precision Planting, we believe in better.
Better planting, better monitoring, better spraying.
Find your local Premier dealer by visiting precisionplanting.com. That's precisionplanting.com.
9:12, almost 9:13. Jeremy Shipe is in Mason City, Nebraska, getting ready for the Mason City homecoming. And he just told us in Q he's ready to go.
Wonderful.
And we're happy about that. I think I handed you, there it is. I thought I had this in the live reads, but I wanted to mention our sponsors. Mason City Service Club, made up of the passionate people about keeping Mason City's homecoming an annual event. Custer Public Power District sponsoring all the area's festivals this year, and of course taking care of all of us out here in this area with the electrical service they provide. Cole Electric, our host today, Curtis with Cole Electric, can help you with electric services that you need, and he's ready to go to work for you. And R&R Welding in Mason City, Sean offers custom fabrication and repairs along with welding supplies, pipe, and steel. Those are our sponsors of the broadcast. Let's go to Mason City with Jeremy Shipe. Jeremy?
All right, thank you very much, Dave. Yes, we are in Mason City. Found a connection here in the park, but it's a beautiful day out, and we've got a nice little awning that we've settled under, and right here in this area is where a lot of things are going to be going on this weekend that you folks that are listening in can take part in. So we're going to be learning all about that with Chelsea and Chuck this morning, and I didn't catch your name, young man. What's your name?
Mason.
Mason? Okay, great. So we're going to be talking all things Mason City homecoming. Should be a lot of fun. And again, thank you very much to the sponsors Dave read there as we started our broadcast for allowing us to be here this morning. Which of you two wants to take the microphone first, and kind of where do we want to start at? Should we just start at the beginning?
Yeah, let's just start at the beginning.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, well, so, it's Mason City Days is coming up. Friday, July 21st is when it all starts off. We have a home-cooked meal starting at 5:30, chicken noodles, mashed potatoes. Usually that's a pretty big hit around here. And then right after that, we have an ice cream social. So if you're not full enough, you can finish off with a little ice cream, I guess. Fridays is mostly for the kids. After dinner, we have some turtle races, and then there's some kid games. And then the ever-famous cake walk at the park, which the kids all seem to really like. Starting at 7 o'clock, there's a cornhole tournament, and a beer garden starts up. That'll run until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And then there's also a teen dance Friday night starting at 9:30.
Awesome. Well, that's always a good thing to remember. I think a lot of people think about Saturday as being the main day, which it is, but there's still plenty going on Friday to just kind of let loose after you get off work for the final day of the week.
Absolutely. And what's better than not having to cook dinner?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and grab a cake, too, and ice cream. And, yeah, you could fill up on desserts only if you wanted to. Right?
Oh, yeah, there's tons of desserts. By the time you're done eating, you're going to be ready just to go home and go to bed.
Yeah, perfect. And go to bed is what you should do because, Chelsea, there's a lot of stuff going on Saturday as well, right?
Yeah, Saturday is full of events. So 8 a.m. is the 5K fun run. Following 9 a.m. is our softball tournament. We have 5 teams signed up this year. Last year we had 3, so it's fun to see that growing. At 10 o'clock is the parade, and our theme is My Mama Always Said, so that's always a big hit. Lots of people participate in that, and that goes down Main Street in Mason City.
Okay, same kind of, for people that are participating in the parade, kind of same area as far as lineup goes, kind of,
Yep.
I forget the street name.
We line up on Calhoun and Main Street over down, yep,
loops
and then
around, right?
It loops around and goes down Main Street. So the best spot to sit, I would say, would be anywhere along Main Street by the park. Set up a lawn chair.
Yep.
It's kind of where it gets really real down here around Main Street. You're kind of, throwing a few pieces of candy coming down the road, but then you're just going crazy. Once you get to Main Street, it gets really fast.
Absolutely. It's great to see everybody come out and sitting in their chairs and at the park, and and it's just a really good, for small town Mason City, it's a really good parade.
Mm-hmm. We expecting 2 times around again this year. So
yep, 2 times.
All right. Awesome. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And after the parade, you get your fill of candy. What's the afternoon kind of look like?
Well, we have the I forgot where we are. Oh, the fireman's barbecue is going to be for lunch. So that's always a pretty good thing. A sandwich and some chips and whatnot there. There's going to be a lot of homemade salads and desserts for that also. And then 1 p.m. we have the old tractor pull. So that usually lasts all afternoon. Bring a chair, make yourself comfortable there. And then starting at 2 o'clock is the softball field dedication ceremony. Glenn Burns.
We've been working really hard. I want to say 2 years ago that was an alfalfa field. It used to be the softball field, and it's just gotten run down over the years. And in the last couple of years, a lot of the residents around here are just mowing it and pulling weeds and getting bases bought and set up for it. So we're just trying to get it back and going, and it's exciting.
Like they say, if you build it, they will come.
Exactly. Well, and if I know anything about alfalfa, it's that, you think that planting a new alfalfa field is hard, but try to transition that out of being an alfalfa field. It doesn't really typically want to go anywhere very easily, right?
No, they put a lot of hard work and effort into making that what it is, and it's looking real good.
Great. And kind of backtracking to the antique tractor pull, that's something that's kind of come a long ways in the last couple of years, if I remember right.
Oh yeah, it's been a Mason City thing for years and years and years, and it's just local people, local farmers, and they're just bringing their everyday tractors down, and they have a couple different classes. There's some older ones, and then nothing brand new or anything like that, but it's just an average farmer with an average tractor.
And that's kind of, tractor pulls are crazy. A lot of the tractor pulls you go to, they look like dragsters more than anything. But this is interesting in the idea that these are tractors, like you said, that are used out on the farm every single day to complete the work. And then they go out and they pit them against each other to see what they can do. It's kind of cool to see those kind of everyday workhorse tractors go at it.
Absolutely. It's normal.
Yeah, exactly. And it gives you that aspect of competition with something you see every day.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Awesome. What else is going on Saturday?
2 to 4 p.m. is the water bounce house down at the park, so that should be a super fun time for the kids. At 5:30, we have our taco bar meal at the community building, so that'll be from 5:30 to 8, and it'll be everything you can imagine for tacos. We're going to have chicken and pork and beef and all the taco toppings, chips, tortillas, taco shells. So the money for that taco bar also is going to help improve our Mason City softball field.
Great.
So I think a lot of the youth softball parents are helping put the taco bar on, and then also we have an adult softball team that plays in Mason City, and they're helping put the taco bar on for the field.
Okay.
At 6 p.m. is cow pie bingo.
All right. And I've learned this year going around to different communities, I have to ask, is it in fact going to be a cow this time around? Some communities are switching it up on me. They're putting a different animal in there. Is it going to be Mason?
As far as I know, it's going to be a cow.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. is the beer garden and live music. So we have a couple local artists that'll be singing at 7 o'clock, Sam Loy, Chancey Hoblin Bittner, and Mel Shepard. 8 p.m. is Downtown Nowhere, and 9 p.m. is the Kyle Saylor Band.
Okay, that should be a lot of fun. And you can go into the evening knowing you've got a full stomach as well. Because
absolutely.
I think the kind of underlying theme here behind the fun and memories being made is you just don't have to work in time to go home and make something to eat, or there's always going to be something available.
Right, there's always going to be something available. So it's just nice, it's nice that Mason City is a small little town, but on Mason City days, it's kind of like one big family. Everybody comes out, they really enjoy themselves. People come from other towns. It's really growing, actually.
Yeah, that's great. You can't say enough about all of the organizations that make each one of these pieces of the schedule come together. when it comes to the day, everyone's kind of pitching in and asking, how can I help or what can I do? But the planning stages ahead of this have been going on for a while now.
That's correct. So yeah, it's, everything done here is all volunteer. It's stuff is donated from the community. The community pitches in, they help set it up, they help tear it down. So again, it's just like that family thing, pulling all together to get this done.
Perfect. And did we make it to the end of? Well, yeah, because we ended with the beer garden and the bands. Great. And then Sunday is always kind of that take a deep breath kind of day, isn't it?
Yep. Sunday's kind of just a relaxation day. At 10 a.m. we always have the church in the park right here where we're sitting right now, which is really nice. You get to enjoy being outside and just a nice little sermon. And then at 12:30 is the alumni dinner. And then at 1 p.m. is going to be the horseshoe tournament. And then after that, things get a little wild with tear down, and then we can exhale and plan for next year.
There you go. Pick up those excess pieces of candy that are all across town and go on and start planning for next year.
Exactly.
Kind of fill me in on kind of, I'm sure it's kind of a year-round deal, just kind of getting things in your mind and then finding people that are willing to help execute them. But kind of when do you put the axe to the grindstone, so to speak, as far as getting things going? It's a few months ahead at least, right?
Yeah, so we really kind of start planning about, it gets serious around April, and then we kind of set out what we want, and then, trying to find, like the concerts to come and, and what we want to have to eat, and then trying to find volunteers is right up till the very last minute.
Sure.
They just seem to show up. So, yeah, but it's about a 3-month planning deal.
Awesome. Okay, sounds great.
Yep.
Is there anything we didn't touch on that you guys wanted to hit on?
No, we're just asking everybody to come down. It's it's going to be a hot afternoon, it sounds like, but we have plenty of going on. The food's going to be good. The concert Saturday night is always good, and the beer garden. And like I said, we're going to have the cornhole tournament, so everybody's always welcome to get in on that. That'd be great.
Great.
And I think Mason here has one thing to say, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Come on down to Mason City Homecoming.
All right. Sounds great. Mason and Mason City.
Mason and Mason City.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I always say, and I say at each of these remote broadcasts, don't stress about the schedule. Just come to Mason City and figure it out when you get here.
Exactly. Just come back and just relax and enjoy the day.
Okay. Should be a lot of fun. And you've got a Facebook page that people can kind of follow along and find the schedule online, right?
Yep. It's just Mason City online on Facebook.
Okay. Sounds good. Chelsea, Chuck, thank you.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mason.
Yep.
Thanks, Christy. All right. Guys, we'll send it back to the studio from here in the park in Mason City. We kind of, you got to be flexible on radio. We just ran across the street here.
Beautiful morning.
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning. And we did a majority of the broadcast before the train came through. How many crossings does that thing blow its horn at? Or is it just being extra vocal this morning? And
there's two real quick.
There's two there, okay. And then they blow the horn probably 3 times or 4 for each one. Okay. Oh, and then there's one down there. Okay. Wow. Okay. So come down to Mason City this weekend, folks. It'll be a lot of fun. Check out sandhillsexpress.com for a story. I know the news department is putting together a story. If they haven't put that up already, I think it might be up on the website already. The schedule is attached to that, and a full write-up as well about what's going on in Mason City this weekend. Before we close the broadcast, want to thank the wonderful sponsors that allowed us to be here this morning. They include the Mason City Community Service Club, Custer Public Power District, Cole Electric, our hosts from across the street this morning, and R&R Welding in Mason City. With that, we'll send it back to you, Dave and Brent.
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And we encourage everybody to get out to Mason City and enjoy the homecoming celebration this weekend and all of the wonderful activities and festivities that you heard them talk about here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We'll take a break and come back with more after this.
AGI offers market-leading hardware and software technologies for grain bin monitoring. With more than 100 years of expertise in grain storage and handling, AGI's bin monitoring solutions include the successful AGI Bin Manager line of hardware and the easy-to-use AGI SureTrack software platform. Both the hardware and software provide a seamless grain storage management experience for your operation. Grain bin monitoring through AGI Bin Manager and AGI SureTrack enhances safety by avoiding physical bin entry and providing remote visibility to grain condition, including automated alerts, and provides automated in-bin conditioning capabilities. AGI's market-leading solution, from field to bin, provides protection, improved profits, and peace of mind. Learn more about how your operation can benefit from AGI's bin monitoring solutions. Visit aggrowth.com today. That's aggrowth.com.
Want to remind you that coming up tomorrow, we'll be on location again during the Get Up and Go breakfast show. We'll be out at the Custer County Fairgrounds for a portion of the show at around 8 o'clock right after the news and sports. I assume we will be talking with those who are helping put on the Nebraska Line Workers Rodeo, which is back in Broken Bow this year and will take place out at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Opening ceremonies for the event will start at 8:30 tomorrow, and we'll be out there prior to that to talk to some of the individuals who are putting on the Nebraska Line Workers Rodeo. We'll be talking about how the rodeo works and everything, and that'll be a fun time. We'll have that for you tomorrow morning on the Get Up and Go breakfast show as we invite you out to the Custer County Fairgrounds tomorrow for the Line Workers Rodeo as we have the opportunity to thank and to see just exactly what those wonderful men and women do who keep our lights on. Let's face it, we take for granted pretty much all the time, but they'll kind of be showing you what they do and showcasing some of their showcasing what they do tomorrow, and we'll have that for you on the Get Up and Go breakfast show. Also want to remind you one more time that the Broken Bow cheerleaders are going to be hosting the Burger Bash tonight at the Grocery Cart. That is tonight, 4:30 to 7:30, so come on out and support them at the Grocery Cart Burger Bash from 4:30 until 7:30 later on today. That's going to pretty much wrap up the show. We do remind you we'll have baseball on the air for you tomorrow on KBBN Radio, as well as the Broken Bow American Legion seniors baseball team will begin play in the Class B6 area tournament in McCook. They'll play the first game of the day tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning against Minden, and we'll broadcast it for you on KBBN FM tomorrow. Also, a quick reminder, throughout the week we've been doing some special reports and updates of results from those who are participating in the National High School Finals Rodeo, which is continuing for the rest of this week on into the weekend and will conclude on Saturday at Gillette, Wyoming. And we'll have another report on that for you coming up during the noon sports on KCNI 1280 AM and 96.3 FM. Some exciting things happening for some of the Nebraska Cowboys and Cowgirls, and a couple right here in our area who turned in some great performances and are sitting very well in the standings after the opening go-round of the finals, which concluded with the Wednesday morning performance yesterday. And we've got a kind of recap of the first go-round for you that you can read on sandhillsexpress.com. All right, that kind of wraps it up. We'll get out of here with this song. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My grandpa had a rifle that he took from a Viet Cong, but he pawned it on a guitar when he